God dang it. And damn. I don't know why the fuck this shit froze. That's on me. Fix this. All right. Due to technical difficulties, do this shit again.
So special.
It's my theme music. What up? What up?
Another morning.
Yeah. Good morning after playoff basketball. You know what I'm saying? Nice good morning after playoff basketball.
What's
Well, I
going
like to
on, y'all?
see.
This is Leno. I'm here with my boy Jave, man. What's going on this morning with you, man?
I got my Patriot gear. The draft coming up. NFL
Yeah,
draft. Looking for Jay Daniels. Hopefully, keep it black in New England. You know what I mean?
that's
But
what you hope for. Just know you in the AFC with them damn Steelers, my boy. You see what we doing.
you know what he said, man. Different time, different circumstance. Got you. You know what I mean? I got you. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep it on this playoff basketball. Tell me about them Suns though. What did you see from that
Man,
loss they just took? We owe two now. You know what I mean? Going back home though. We'll see.
you know what? As ex- I'm gonna make this assessment because this has really been a consensus what I've gotten in my 35 years of living. These teams that gather these superstars together,
Yeah.
it takes a coach to
Mm.
know how to make it work and to understand the pieces and to work in their strengths.
Right. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, it's just looking like you've got two volume shooters, and then you
Mhm.
got and then you got the most efficient one of the most efficient basketball players in NBA history.
Right.
And so, who do you want taking the shots?
That's true. It's all about how you draw it up. I mean, it can be drawn up very well. It can be drawn up sloppily. The players are still gonna shoot the rock. You know what I mean? They're gonna get hot. They're gonna get cold. From looking at it, I mean, these are the pieces that they asked for, though.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. It looks good on paper and everything, but like,
You know,
I guess when I look at Bill's a good player, but I would say, okay, for me to critique Bill, he was fortunate to be in a situation to where he could have a volume of shots to shoot
mhm.
there in Washington. Not saying he's not capable of scoring, period.
Right,
It's
right,
just,
right.
yeah, you just get more shots that way. And I don't know if there's going to be a way for Booker and Bill to get the smacking in the playoffs, especially against this Minnesota team.
Minnesota's very good defensively. Not gonna lie. When I look at Phoenix, I look at an incomplete team. I just think they're not complete totally.
What are
You
they
have
missing?
you have a team comprised of three scorers, and that's it. You don't have a prime defender. You don't have a prime rebounder. You don't have a prime distributor. So,
You said Nurkic is not doing it on the rebound on the boards.
nah, he never was. He never has. I mean, you need a Tristan Thompson. You need a Dennis Rodman. You need a Draymond Green. They don't even have a dog on that team. They don't even have an enforcer. You
Was
know,
it was supposed to be Grayson Allen?
come on now. Come on now. Where you go to school at? Where you go to school? I do not remember. He might trip somebody, but nah, dog. I mean, you need, like I said, a prime distributor, prime defender, and at least a prime rebounder or at least prime paint protection in order to win a championship. And they just do not have that. And when you look at Minnesota, they got that. They got prime Gobert, prime defender, prime rebounder. They got Conley on the perimeter locking up also. So I
I
mean,
think that was the best pickup that they had. They needed a true point guard
yeah.
over
So
there in
so
Minnesota.
you look, that's a distributor. So you're looking at a complete team versus an incomplete team. You're looking at a bunch of scorers with cool moves versus a basketball team.
I know a couple people in real life like that, man.
Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, I might say sweep. I'm not gonna lie to you. And if KD gets swept, we're gonna have to talk about his legacy because he got to win without Curry. Curry did it without him twice.
I think game 3 they're gonna gun. They're gonna gun. I mean the length that Minnesota's been, the defense and length that Minnesota has kept them in this game. I mean, Suns score on. Let's just go. Let's just pull the tape. Let's just pull the tape.
See what they got.
Let's just pull the tape.
Tibbin Dedrick Taylor. Alternate is Marat Kogan. And the replay center, Courtney Kirkland and Nick Bucro. Able to withstand that hit by Booker and not.
Look at that. Run to the rim if you see Nurkic down there.
He's left-handed. Why wouldn't you make him go right? I don't understand the closeout.
Good screen, Nurkic again. He can't step up.
That's his better offense, though, right there.
Nah, that's Nurkic not stepping up. He don't even have the foot speed to get up. Poor ball handling. They don't have a distributor. They don't have a real point guard. It shows in the playoffs. You can get away with it during the regular season. That's Nurkic getting dunked on again. We looking at 8 points just giving up on Nurkic in highlights. I mean,
that's luck, but they got that shot off.
I mean, that's Grayson Allen. That's not even the stars. You know what I'm saying?
That's a distributor.
Poor ball handling again.
They got Gobert bring the ball down the court.
Nurkic getting scored on again. Every bucket is on Nurkic right now. That's a problem.
Go get him, Nurkic.
He finally got one compared to the 20 points we done seen him give up.
Who missed their rotation?
Nurkic down low again.
No. I'm about to say, but that top of the key, somebody,
Yeah, I'll give you that, but that's a good bucket by KD. You're going to get that from him all night long.
For them to get a bucket. They sat at 7 points for quite some time. On the break, shooting threes. There you go.
That's
Superstar move. That's what you want. That's what you want.
Look at that. Going at Nurkic again. Look at him. He is the weak link.
By himself. Who's going to help him?
He's the weak link defensively. I'm not going to lie. If you beat your man, that's a shot right there. If you beat your man, you ain't got to worry about Nurkic at the rim. Miss dunk. Bill, come on now. That can't happen. Look, points in the paint again. Nurkic not even in now. But they going to that paint. They attacking it. Having no rim protection.
Gordon, who dropped 15 last night.
I'm looking at this, it went in. But now if they're running drop coverage, then that's another thing. But Nurkic right there again, right in his face. Like, it's no rim protection. It's no threat down there. Durant's going to cook up. They're cooking up, making some of these tough shots. Now, this is the highlight tape, so they're not showing the misses. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure they were not hitting them shots like that all night. Coverage, one of the two. But either way, it's bad.
There you go. Fight back.
That's Eubank. That ain't even Nurkic. Not even him.
Minnesota's role players definitely stepped up for them in this year. So
heavy ball movement. I'm looking at heavy ball movement.
Create easy shots.
Great screening. Another one. That's another. That drop coverage. A lot of tough shots being made.
He's just tall. I don't care what nobody say. Durant is just tall.
As a bucket, you got to deal with that. You got to deal with that, dog. Man, but I haven't seen one block. One block from Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, it's weak. It's weak. Look, bully ball. Don't worry. It's about Durant's about to get that highlight tape too.
Woo. It's a mixtape in the paint. I'll tell you that right now. You know what I mean?
It should be though. It shouldn't be no different considering how small they are down there.
The paint is sweet.
Look at your boy KD. Where am I?
Paint is sweet.
Beat the GM for the Phoenix still?
Who is?
Is the Hornacek still the GM?
Nah, I think it's another guy. It's another guy. He's gonna have a lot of work to do. Almost over. Man, it was a tough game for them, man. Tough game.
They're outcoached.
I wouldn't
high.
even
It's
say
a high.
out.
It's like a high screen. It's like a high. The office. The Phoenix's offense is like a high. It's like a hand. It's like a handoff, backdoor,
Man,
shifting kind of offense.
I'm not even gonna say out coached. I'm gonna say they're overmatched. It is what it is. They are not a complete team. They
It's
will not
yeah.
beat the Timberwolves.
Is Phoenix expecting to just ISO and knock down a gang of threes just to
Yes,
keep themselves in the game?
yes, yes.
I didn't. It didn't look like too much plays was drawn up in these particular situations.
Yeah, yeah. They don't. Okay, in order to draw up plays, you need a screener and you need a passer. They don't have
Yeah.
either. You can try Nurkic, but Nurkic not. Clearly he wasn't the move, and they can't even turn it up on the defensive end and get stops and maybe even get momentum. They are overmatched. They are not a complete team. It's going. Hey, next year around June they're gonna have to retool that roster. Bill probably wasn't the best idea for them.
I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna look up and I gotta look and see. Did Minnesota just shoot well? It didn't. It didn't. I mean, we're just looking at highlights, of course, but it didn't feel like there was much transition for Phoenix in that game.
No, you have to have good defense in order to force transition. You know, it's not gonna happen. I hate to sound disrespectful. Uh, this is still slander on Durant's legacy to me because he has to get it done without Steph.
All
You
right,
know,
so
um,
I'm about to reveal.
he has to prove he's one of them. At this moment, I don't think he's one of them. I don't put him in that Bron conversation, that Steph conversation, that Kobe conversation. He might be a tier below. You might
All
have
right,
to down there with Paul George and Melo.
all right. So okay, again. So I mean, honestly, so Phoenix shot a better field goal percentage,
hmm
shot a better 3-point percentage.
hmm
Where did this go?
I mean,
Oh,
turnovers probably.
Timberwolves shot 30 free throws, but
Mm.
but I mean, and they shot 86% from free throw
I mean,
as an entire team.
when you're getting to the paint and they can't stop you down there, they have to foul. So of course,
Hey, believe this or not, Phoenix still out rebounded them as well,
mm, I believe it.
41-39.
Mm.
Ah, here we go. Turnover,
Turnovers. Yeah.
19.
Mm. What happens? When you don't have a ball handler, you get turnovers. That's just it is what it is.
19 to 13.
They kept saying that they could wing it without a point guard, but obviously not, man. Obviously not. I look
Yeah,
at them.
Minnesota shot more threes than them.
Hey, I have them getting swept. I'm not gonna lie to you. We'll see what Phoenix looks like at home, but unless the inexperience of Minnesota kicks in around 3 or 4, I look at it either sweep or 5.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I imagine going into Phoenix, we'll probably see a lot more of these shots falling. We're
Mm. Yeah.
going to the post game interviews and see what excuses these guys are going to make
Oh man, I know they're upset.
for
I
these
know they're upset.
L's. KD looking like he's disappointed. He really not. KD really ain't getting the ball like that. You know what? KD KD is washed.
I
KD's
mean,
washed. And he
think so.
doesn't get attention for being washed because everybody's talking about LeBron. KD's washed.
I'm not mad at that take. I'm not mad at that
He
take.
can shoot, but he's a liability. He's almost a liability on defense like Chris Paul, bro.
Cone? You putting
He's
him on
almost a
cone
cone on
status?
defense.
You putting Kevin
But
Durant on
he got
cone
long
status?
arms. Did you see a block? Did you see a contest?
I didn't. I didn't.
Did you
I
see
didn't.
you saw the fadeaways?
Cone status, KD and cone
Put your
status. Break
hands
them
up.
down. Cone status,
He's on
KD.
yes. Cone status KD. It's getting there.
I ain't mad at it. Like I said, he got a lot to prove to me still. The legacy is not defined, it's not determined. He still got work to put in for me. I mean, like I said, So
Yeah.
I don't see a championship in his future. I don't see him leading a team in his future. So he's not one of them. To me, my opinion. There's the greats. He can't stand among the greats right now. Anyway, so he better not be washed because he still got a lot to prove. You know what I mean? But Anthony Edwards was cooking. It's a lot of highlights with Anthony Edwards getting his shit off in his face. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to work on that. We can't see too many more of those. I ain't gonna lie to you. We're gonna start having them real tough conversations, just like you said, cone status.
All right, I'm going to do an immediate attack on KD right now. With the direction that you're seeing the NBA and its ability to score more points per game consistently, because there's more possessions, etc.
Shoot at him.
Now,
Bow.
I could see anyone. I can probably think of. I got at least 8 to 10 players that'll probably pass him up in scoring.
I mean, Luka's on the way.
Trey,
Edwards,
I could say Trey could pass him.
Trey could. Trey's very under the radar with his numbers. I mean, he would put up 30 a game, a lot.
Because I mean, Durant's legacy is behind scoring.
I'm not gonna hold you. Had Harden never left Houston, he probably would have passed him. Also, not gonna lie, individually, he probably would have passed him. But your legacy is in the Raptors, not in the scoring books. So it's a wrap.
I'm saying across the board, I can see a lot of players surpassing his legacy. Period. He was an influencer more than anything, but
he might get lost in translation.
That's what I'm saying. I could see him getting lost in translation with his career at this point. He'll be one of the rivals, but he was never top dog in any of his rivals, and if you really reflect on it, he was never the pivotal rival to anybody. In LeBron's legacy, it's Steph.
Yeah.
It's not KD.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He's getting washed away with Carmelo.
That's what I said. He's not one of them. You know what I'm saying? We had Kobe, Tim Duncan. We had LeBron, Steph.
Yeah, Steph
He's
took
not
that
in
spot.
The equation right now.
Everything that you would say about KD, talk about with Steph.
He wasn't in the.
That MVP don't mean nothing if Westbrook's MVP don't mean nothing. Westbrook's MVP is more impressive than his. Yeah. Same with James Harden's.
Yeah. So it's tough conversation, man. Tough day for KD.
Let's see what the hell they had to say, man.
Trouble in Phoenix.
Is that like a backside question?
I'm just trying to ask.
Yo, I don't see one smile.
He should have smiled. They just got their ass whooped.
Yeah. You got your ass whooped when you get into the interview room and you start asking them questions.
Honestly, I don't think he really gives a fuck because he wasn't getting the ball like he's supposed to. This nigga looked like you remember Killer Season with Cameron? Remember when his niece died and Hell Rail had to pretend like he was upset? That's what he's doing right now.
Hey. Shout out to Killer Season. Shout out to Killer Season. Greatest film ever created. Just letting everybody know. Should have got an Oscar. You know what I mean? Whole nother story though.
Man got a members only jacket on.
Nah. He got the early 2000s I sell weed jacket on. You know what I mean? Smoke coat. Any nigga with that jacket on, definitely sell weed. You can definitely get you an A. Mid too.
When the crowd's against you, teams going on the other run, you're not getting close calls. How does the team battle through that adversity? What does it take to get through that?
Getting close calls.
Communication. Talk to each other.
We're gonna probably see that. We're probably gonna see that whistle in Phoenix.
NBA might give them a whistle. They need a whistle. Devin Booker ain't really had a game yet.
Like you talking about the game, right? The game. You talking about the game?
Mhm.
Something you guys have been dealing with throughout the.
He hasn't had a 30-point game, 25-point game, none of
Then
that.
when you look
You
at,
know?
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
you're
This
gonna
is
have to
for
turn
both
it
you
up.
guys. You mentioned that
You know,
hostile environment. The series
obviously,
now
if
shifts
KD
back
don't
into
have it
giving
like
that
you
that
say he do,
support.
he's gonna
What's your
have to,
message to Suns
up his level
fans?
of play for sure.
Don't come
Under
outside.
30 is
It's a series for a
unacceptable. And I
reason.
remember last year he was on a run where he
They
was
can do it
averaging
to each one
35,
so far.
37 a game. So he has
That
to,
doesn't have anything to do with
if
us.
that's what you do,
It's
and if you
just
set
the
that
situation
standard,
the
we're
way
gonna
it
have to
is.
hold you to that standard that you
Kevin?
had last year, which we need to see.
So okay, before I close out with this segment, there's a couple things that really confuses the hell out of me. Like periodically through the season, why are they not trying to see if Bobo could offer anything to this team?
He can't. I'll be honest with you. He is at this point, he is ninth, 10th man on the roster. He's not a factor. They say he doesn't pick up defenses and offenses well. He doesn't know where he's supposed to be out on the court, and they're not trusting him with their offense like they do Webby. You know, they say he's just not engaged. I know what you're saying, but a lot of people are just saying though he has the ability, he's not the player that they think that
I know
people
this.
think
I
he
know they
is.
said his work ethic and his focus and all that's off,
Yeah.
but
So
I
if you
didn't
make
know if he was discouraged because he didn't play. Because I mean, through this, okay, basically, I understand not playing him in the playoffs right now, but periodically through the season, I don't understand why they haven't thrown him out there.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They have thrown him out there. I've seen it. But if you're making the wrong rotations, you're making the wrong reads, and you don't understand the playbook, you're not gonna get on the floor. You know, no matter what kind of skill set you have.
You think Bobo's one of them special ed basketball players that's got talent?
He might be. He might
You know
be.
what I'm talking about?
I wouldn't say special ed, but I, sometimes if it's work ethic and it's not, you know, your mental capacity, then that's another story. You know, if you're
If
not
it's too
willing,
much, you can't be in a room. If you can't understand, if you can't
nah,
handle
nah,
the conversation.
if you're not willing to sit through the film sessions and learn,
Mm,
and, that comes with it. Film study, film session, getting with veterans. Uh,
mm,
and if he's not willing to do that, then that's on him.
mhm.
Because they would have said he was slow if he was slow. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
They're saying he's not participant or he's inadequate at following through. So
They're talking about what he had going on, like not taking things seriously,
yeah, yeah.
outside distractions, as they would call it. But sometimes, I mean, I don't know how literal to take that when I hear that from certain people,
Hey, I'm
because
gonna be honest with you. Them reports were saying Ja Morant was at the club, and I saw the videos. He was at the club. like,
okay,
so
some people can have a level of focus and understanding without, you know what I'm saying, while enjoying their life in the NBA. So I guess with those portions, I don't know, like I would like to know more. I actually in teams like period. I'd like to know what goes on in their facilities as far as practice. I would like to know what coaches does those like only 10 or 20 minute practices and just tells
yeah,
people to go home and study.
yeah.
I would like to know who runs. Well, we obviously know Thibodeau, Spolstra.
Ulster, yeah,
Spolstra. They run a practice.
yeah. Well,
I would.
it depends. You got some veteran teams that don't practice a lot, and you got younger teams that practice often, and then you got some uh teams that just go over schemes and they practice schemes, but they don't scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? You have teams that just shoot arounds. They do shoot arounds. A lot of the scheduling is based on the level of play. The scheduling is based on all stars and Miami All Stars being how deep in the playoffs you regularly play and the amount of chemistry a team has. Like the Warriors, due to having so many veterans, they don't have to practice that much. Now they're probably calling in the young players in for workouts 24/7 because they got to develop. But Steph, Clay, Draymond not practicing 6, 7 days a week.
Okay, here's now this is when we can kind of reflect back on Bobo and particularly some of these other players in attention spans and etc. So let's say you go to a roster to where they're more so in film room and giving you assignments and giving you the responsibility to take your assignment home
That's on
and
you.
to get your shots in, and it's all on you. And then if that person decides, you know what, since I left this facility, I'm about to go hang out and smash these thoughts,
On you at that point. You know what I'm
go
saying?
shopping, and then you come back into practice the next day and they throw you in a soup and you like, ah, ah,
Yeah.
ah. And
That,
you and think about it. You never had that structure in your life because what? Most of these basketball players, they normally didn't have to do any homework.
hey man,
They've
either
always had everything handed to them. So now they asking them to be responsible.
either or they got to get it done. Point blank. Period.
I'm not making,
And
I'm not making excuses.
yeah, they got to get it done. Bobo got to get it done. If he's not who they say they are, I believe him. You know what I'm saying? The reports ain't never been wrong too much. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. We're not seeing it on the court, and we definitely not seeing it off the court. So time will tell. But this ain't gonna be the time. I don't expect him to see the floor unless they're getting blown out.
Okay. And then I got a if was a fifth for you. So let's just say the Warriors break up their bunch and try and bring in some players. Would
Yeah,
Draymond be the perfect fit for this roster?
actually, yeah,
Being that he's a distributor himself,
he would. He
so,
would.
and being able to set that screen.
He would bring some defensive tenacity. He would bring some physicality. He would also spread the ball around. Also, he's a good screener. A good screener is
Mm-hmm.
very important in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
So to get shooters, if you can get Booker off a really solid screen, if you can get Bill off a really solid screen, even KD, honestly, you're looking at and off ball movement. If you can get Booker off the ball with a screen, it would look very very well. I think Draymond would like the defensive scheme of Vogel because he's known as a defensive coach, so he would thrive in that. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Draymond would be. Do I think it's gonna happen? Nah,
No,
but we'll see.
yeah, but I mean, maybe that's the direction of a player of a caliber player that's a missing piece. If they're not going to be able to grab a point guard, we've seen other teams being able to find a facilitator at a position, and I
Right,
think they're missing a facilitator and a rim protector.
for sure. Yeah, both. I agree. I
Okay.
definitely agree.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next segment. Let's get these guys these two fingers. Be back with y'all in a moment.